Prince Charles offered an olive branch to Prince Harry last night, praising his son's passionate work to highlight climate change. The heir to the throne said he was proud that both his sons had recognized the threat facing the planet, and commended their commitment to green causes. His specific praise for Harry will be seen as an attempt to heal a rift, after sources said the pair had barely spoken for months. Charles, 73, made his comments in an essay about climate change. He wrote, "As a father, I am proud that my sons have recognized this threat. Most recently, my elder son, William, launched the prestigious Earthshot Prize to incentivize change and help repair our planet over the next 10 years. Writing in U.S. magazine Newsweek, the prince added, "My younger son, Harry, has passionately highlighted the impact of climate change, especially in relation to Africa, and committed his charity to being net zero." Relations between Charles and Harry were said to be at an all-time low after Harry, 37, appeared to lash out at his father over the way he had been raised. Charles was left deeply shocked and hurt following Harry and wife Meghan's Oprah interview and repeated statements after their departure from public duties. The father and son have barely spoken in months as relations hit an all-time low following the Duke of Sussex's repeated jibes at the royal family. Harry also told a podcast in the U.S. last year that he left Britain with wife Meghan to break the cycle of genetic pain and suffering for the sake of his own children. Last month Harry also claimed he had raised concerns about Mahfouz Murray Mubarak bin Mahfouz, the Saudi tycoon at the center of a probe into donations to his father's charity. Sources said Harry and Charles had barely spoken since the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral last April, and did not meet when Harry was in London for the unveiling of a statue of Princess Diana during the summer. The Duke said his father had cut him off financially when he and Meghan announced plans to move to America, and there was a lot of hurt. Friends are also braced for potentially damaging revelations in Harry's upcoming autobiography, due to be released later this year. Besides, the Duke of Sussex agreed to have his military titles taken away last year as part of an agreement with his grandmother, the Queen. It came as he and Meghan Markle stepped away from their roles in the royal family and later settled permanently in the U.S. Although Harry no longer lives in the UK and is not part of the armed forces, the royal has still retained a connection with the military. The Duke of Sussex recently penned an emotional letter to a couple in the UK, whose late son served alongside Harry in Afghanistan in 2008. The royal, who completed 2 tours of the country, addressed stepping away from his royal and military duties in the letter. The Daily Mirror's royal editor Russell Myers claimed the letter showed that Harry was upset by the loss of his military titles as he stepped back from his royal role. The journalist spoke last month on royal podcast Pod Save the Queen hosted by Zoe Forsey. Addressing Harry's letter, he said, "I think this sort of tells you where Harry's head is at quite a lot by saying that I wish I could do more. Undoubtedly, he has been very affected by losing those military appointments." Harry wrote to Maria and Derek, the parents of the deceased soldier Nathan Hunt, who took his own life in 2018. The couple had previously reached out to the Duke to ask for his help in getting Nathan's name added to the National Armed Forces Memorial. It had been ruled that the soldier's death was not directly linked to his time in the armed forces. However, the veteran had experienced mental health issues thought to be related to his military service. In Harry's letter to Maria and Derek, he wrote that he wished he could help them, "Had I been in the same role I once was." Mr. Myers claimed the letter showed that even while living in the U.S., Harry was still committed to the military community in the UK. The journalist told the podcast that his new life doesn't stop him reaching out to people that he has heard of. He added, "It doesn't stop him attending Veterans Day memorial services in New York or wherever else in the United States." Last year, ahead of Remembrance Day in the UK and Veterans Day in the US, Harry and Meghan attended an event for former service personnel in New York City. Harry was a special guest at the Salute to Freedom Gala, which honored those who have served their country. Harry completed 10 years in the British Army, according to the royal family's official website. In 2008, the Ministry of Defense confirmed that he had started serving in Afghanistan's Helmand province. Harry rose to the rank of captain during his time in the armed forces and held several appointments and patronages. After Harry and Meghan announced their intention to step back from their royal roles, the Queen confirmed in February of last year that she had come to an agreement with her grandson. A statement by Buckingham Palace read, "Following conversations with the Duke, the Queen has written confirming that in stepping away from the work of the royal family it is not possible to continue with the responsibilities and duties that come with a life of public service. The honorary military appointments and royal patronages held by the Duke and Duchess will therefore be returned to Her Majesty, before being redistributed among working members of the royal family."